Hello viewers. Today we are going to discuss about the flowchart of merchandising activities, development and production. Merchandising. So I have discussed what is the merchandising in my earlier video, but let me give you a quick brief. Merchandising is a process starts from the order placement to ship the end goods to the customer, including several stages in between. But especially follow-up is the main task for merchandiser. By the way, merchandising process is divided into two main stages as below: development and production. It is also called execution. So let me start from development stage. So it is start with the development inquiry. My buyer, my existing buyer, sends a tech pack or physical sample to develop fabric, creams, wash, garments. But a factory also can develop relevant fabric, creams, wash, or garments who has own design team. Besides this, if any new factory wants to work with any new buyer, they also can develop some fabric or garments to show their capability. Anyway, so I have received the tech pack. Now I need to review it with my internal team, like technical team, production team, to see its feasibility in terms of production, pricing, etc. So if anything not feasible for production or price, inform buyer immediately or provide some options which is feasible. If my tech pack is fine and I am agreed with my buyer, then I need to collect the sample material, sample fabric, creams, and follow up with my sample department to get the garment sample. Also, I can follow up with my fabric or creams mill to get the fabric creams sample. Wash, same process. So I have to submit this sample to my buyer to get the approval. But unfortunately, if it is not approved, I need to go to the remaking process, or I will go to the next stage, costing. So costing actually I can do simultaneously with the sampling process, but sometimes some sample is critical. So to get the actual assembly and actual consumption, I can wait up to sample making. So, but in the meantime, I can collect the fabric price, trim price, embellishment price, and once the sample ready, then I can collect the consumption, assembly, etc. So I have to prepare the cost sheet and review with the manager, or submit directly as per the company. So some company allows merchandiser to submit price directly. So costing or price already submitted to buyer. So now it's come for the negotiation part. So it is very rare that buyer will accept my price in one shot. So buyer will come back to asking why my price is higher, or buyer can ask to reduce my price. At that time, I should have some knowledge or enough knowledge to negotiate face to face with the buyer and convince with a logical explanation. Price confirmation and capacity reservation. So once the price is agreed with buyer, so development merchandiser should inform production merchandiser to reserve capacity or directly book with the production or planning team. If in this factory, production and development team is being handled by same person. So development part is done. Now I have come for the production part. So now I am production merchandiser actually. My price is agreed, capacity is reserved. So production merchandiser will check the fabric, creams quality or base is approved or not. Sample is approved or not. And also material lead time. After accumulating all this information, he will make one critical path. Based on that critical path, production merchandiser code delivered to buyer. Negotiation for delivery date. Again, negotiation. So before submitting my delivery date, I have to know if my this delivery is workable for buyer or not. How can I know this? I have to know the specific buyer cut-off date, launch date, lead time, etc. to avoid any bounce back. Sometimes happen that my delivery date is fine, lead time is fine, but still buyer wants some quick delivery. At that time, I have to offer some options like if I can approve bulk hanger by myself, that means the self approval, or can I submit a sample with available color? In this way, I can offer 7 to 10 days reduction in the lead time. So in this way, I can offer the quick delivery date. Okay, so my delivery date is agreed, and then I will receive the purchase order sheet from buyer. Quality or base approval. See, it is optional. If my development merchandiser can get this quality approved before receiving, then I don't need to work on this. But if it doesn't happen, then I have to work for base or quality approval. Then, if my quality base is approved, now I can go for yarn or grace booking. Color approval. So, for color, solid fabric, solid creams, I need to submit the lab dip. For AOP, all over print or yarn dyed, I have to submit strike off. And for oven fabric, it is called handloom. So, once this color is approved, mill can go for dyeing if the grace is ready. It is not that it will be approved in one shot. It might need some several submission. Material booking. So it is the thing that it is not the sequence that after color approval I can go for material booking. I can go for material booking before color approval also. So to book the material, I need to collect the consumption from CAT department. Then I can proceed for fabric, trims, booking, etc. To proceed for care level packaging, care level or packaging, most of the buyer has some online portal where factory needs to submit fabric information, test report, to etc. to live the care code for that particular style. After that, I can book the care level. Besides this, I have to proceed for accessories booking like polybags, swinger, cartoon, etc. Material booking done. Now I will receive some pro forma invoice or PI from my material supplier. It is the most critical part for some merchandiser in factory because the maximum merchandiser is facing difficulties to arrange the payment. Actually, it is not merchandising problem; it is the factory cash problem. Okay, so after receiving PI, I have to check this PI information is correct or not, including that what booking I have provided, the material description, material price, total sales value, shipment term, delivery date, etc. Once all these are correct, then I have to arrange LC or TT. But if it is a composite factory, I might not have this task. Bulk sample approval and material in-house. Once I provide the color approval and payment, so fabric or trim mill will submit the bulk sample from their first dialogue. Okay, so once I can provide the bulk sample approval to supplier, getting from buyer, my fabric and trims can be ready for shipment. And of course, here payment should be done before the shipment. And if these are from overseas, then C or air shipment will be added in my work process. And it is also one difficult task. I have to focus on the vessel schedule, cutoff, and I have to follow up to release the fabric and trims from the port. There is a Chittagong port or Dhaka airport, etc. But if it is local, then there is no problem. It can in-house directly. Sample approval for production. See, my development merchandiser already submit development sample, but as a production merchandiser, I have to submit feed sample in a base size set sample in a graded size, and PP sample if required. That is with all actual color, quality, and fit. I have to submit PP sample, which will be followed in production. Production file approval. Once my sample is approved, material in-house, then I have to make, as a merchandiser, I have to make one production file, including trim cut. In trim cut, there will be all actual material swatch. Then approve bulk hanger, sample. If it is the bigger sample, it might not to be added with the production file. A specification sheet where actual approved measurement will be there, packaging information, etc. Actually, it is based on buyer requirement. Some factory GPQ do this task. PB meeting and cutting. So once my material is in-house, sample approved, production file approved, as a merchandiser, I will coordinate with the buyer QC and my production team to arrange the PB meeting. In PB meeting, there will be cutting team, sewing team, quality team, and our QA or merchandiser will brief about this style, and the risk factor, or it is called risk analysis. Once the PV meeting done, factory can proceed for cutting. So once this cutting start, and sewing and finishing will be start back to back. As a merchandiser, I have to follow up with the daily output report. If there is any exception, I have to raise this concern to factory senior level or my merchandising senior level. Production sample approval. Once there will be some output from production line, buyer QC or my production team, or actually our GPQ, will pick some garments from production randomly and send to buyer. As a merchandiser, I can coordinate this sample and send to buyer for approval. Sometimes it is made from the sample room, but it is not the SOP actually. So buyer will check this production sample against the PP sample if it is correct or not. If it is correct, then they will put a tag there, and it will be called like gold seal or rec sample. Different buyer call it in different name, but there will be one tag, garments test. So from production, some garments should be sent in testing lab, and testing lab will make this test as per the buyer specific testing requirement, inspection and shipment. Once production sample approved, garments test passed, factory will offer the inspection to buyer. That is the buyer QA. Some buyer accept goods with factory own inspection. Merchandiser coordinates this process and communicate with buyer to ship the goods. Once ship the goods, I have to follow up with my commercial team that we are getting the payment as per agreed payment term. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the like button to inspire me. And if you have any comments, please put in the comments box. Thanks again.